Okay, Thursday, 28th of November 2024. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Thoughtful Thursday, philosophy and musings from life. So there's a nice interesting series that I want to start on this daily on Thursdays episodes, but it's going to be a lot of videos. And it starts with this premise that I really kind of realised through experience and realise in life, that the abuse does not negate the use. The abuse of something does not negate the use of something. So alcohol is a good example. The abuse of alcohol, someone drinking a lot of alcohol and getting drunk, whatever else, doesn't negate, doesn't cancel out, doesn't reason out of existence the joy, the pleasure, whatever else of having a glass of alcohol, a drop of alcohol, you name it, a pint, half a litre. Just because some people over here would abuse alcohol and suffer because of it, doesn't mean that there needs to be a blanket ban on everyone from drinking it. Whether blanket ban culturally, emotionally, religiously, and that's the key word there, or societally, dogmatically, politically, legally, you name it. Because simply put, one person can drink 1 pint of alcohol, have no problems. So can I. But just because someone over there would drink 1 pint, 1 drip, 1 drop, 1 sip, you name it, 1 little milliliter, and suffer in some fashion, whatever fashion may be, doesn't mean other people would have to suffer from negate by not having it. Just because one person can abuse it in some fashion and suffer from it doesn't mean that everyone else should not have it as well. That was an interesting concept and principle that I kind of realised just by thinking and strategizing and theorizing. Just because there's abuse over here doesn't mean that there should be a blanket ban over there. Now you could argue maybe if there's a critical mass of abuse over here by the critical mass of people in a society or culture or whatever else. Okay, it makes sense. And that's interesting as well for evolutionary reasons. But also at the same time, just because something is bad doesn't mean that everyone shouldn't do it or have it. Fair enough. Also, especially because we're adults, you can make up your own mind. And that premise right there is something deep that I want to slowly start talking about on Thursday's episode, which is going to take a while, because as I said, there's quite a few things to discuss. But that principle right there, just because something is bad for someone culturally or genetically, doesn't mean it's bad for him over there. Culturally, genetically, you name it. And that's the key thing, that's the caveat. I think to go around and to say this is bad, that is bad, because X thing happened, because Y thing happened, in a small select number of people, is dogmatic, is very presumptive, assumes too many things. It's just because it's bad for me, it will be bad for you, therefore it's worth you not having it and I'm not having it. And now we know from economics and philosophy that the fewer choices we have, the more restrictive things become and the worse life is, because we have fewer choices. And it's good, philosophically speaking, to have loads of choices in life. I did a video about this actually a few days ago now, I guess, about having choices makes us tenacious. Having choices makes us tenacious. The more options we have, the better in life. And it's that principle right there. Just because it's bad for someone, they suffer in some fashion, doesn't mean you or someone else has to suffer as well by the negate. The abuse over there doesn't negate the use over here, for example. Very important, quite fundamental. And it was that thought process and a few other things that got me thinking about some things in life with religion. But I want to talk about this over time because there's a lot to discuss. But that's the key principle. Just because it's bad over there, culturally or genetically, doesn't mean it will be bad over there, culturally or genetically. And that's consistent in life, history, you name it, and through time as well. And that's fundamental. The abuse of something does not negate the use of something. Just because it's bad over here, seen as bad, affected, bad results, for example, doesn't mean it should be taxed or politicized out of existence over there, or ruled out of existence, banned essentially. That's fundamental, especially when you consider the first principle of we're adults in this world, we can come to our own decision on what to do, what to say, how to do things, what to say, when to say it. We can come to our own decisions, especially when you consider that really we can do anything we want in life, anything we want, so long as we're prepared to face the consequences. And I did a video about this months ago, I think in April actually, April this year. I did a video about it, maybe May, I can't remember, but May, it must have been May. I did a video about it, about you can do anything you want in life if you're prepared to face the consequences. And that's fundamental. Hey, that's part of being an adult basically, part of life. Do whatever you want if you're prepared to face the consequences. That's powerful. And just because some people would abuse something or suffer because of it, doesn't mean other people have to suffer as well. You could say it's a victimless crime actually from their point of view, because they didn't do anything and yet they get penalised just as well, just as much. So quite powerful. So yes, the abuse of something does not negate the use of something. Powerful. A powerful first principle, powerful concept to understand. And I want to expand upon that in due time. But yes. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. You will see me tomorrow.